You little punk motherfucker.
And welcome back to episode 24 of the Hit the Showers podcast, presented to you by the Foolproof Entertainment Network. As always, I am your host, Clifford Jordan Jennings, here with my co-host and point man, Malcolm Strained Hamstring King.
Hey, what's going on? Hey, I told you what my nickname was for the week. He called me James Bond.
Man.
007.
Fuck what he talking about.
Here. Yeah,
Fuck
I'm on
what he
point. I am the
talking about.
point, man.
As always, my nigga from the left coast, Aaron Hard Elbow Spencer.
Hey, all right. They're going to know one. All right. You're right. Elbow
Hard fouls all day.
Hey.
That's all he give it.
Well, look, Aaron, Cliff's new nickname is Clifford. Dominant right eye, left hand, trigger finger, Jordan Jennings. That's gonna be his new nickname.
You don't know what the fuck he talking about.
You got to cut like 2-3 words out that bitch.
Hey, look, that was a little on the fly.
All right, we're on the fly. All right.
Listen,
you know what I'm saying?
We here to talk basketball though, so we'll start it out with I'm gonna go back a little further than usual, just because Cavs played the Bulls. Bulls got them 106-96. And I was very, I'm not going to say surprised by no means, but I feel like your boy Vucevic is having fun in Chicago.
Yeah.
I feel like my nigga's home.
If he found a good place, he's in a bigger market. He's playing for a team that at least knows how to get a championship in some way, something for him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got Zach LaVine, who I got to admit, Devin, I got to hit the showers on that. They might hit the showers, but since we're on the show, I was doubting that man. And he's been like, he's been doing good, man. Like, he's been doing real good. People call it empty stats. That might be it. You know what I'm saying? But still, I'm happy about our future as a Bull, man. I'm happy. I think it's bright. If we just stay around, marketing play his role, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think we got a chance next year.
Did you watch
something?
Did you watch that game?
Hell no, I didn't watch that game.
I was about to say, man, your boy Laurie Markkinen went up on what's his name? Not Allen, Jared Allen.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I don't even know what he was thinking. Like, I don't know. I don't know what was going through his mind when he went up for the shot. It was like
he was going in.
He thought he was Zion for a minute, man, and damn near brought the game to a crashing halt. But I can't be mad at him for trying.
The way I look at it, man, we got a nice team. We got some foreign guys on there. And the last time we kind of had a good lineup, Bobby Portis fucked that shit up when he broke Mirich's jaw. I don't know why he did that. He must have said something, but he cold cocked this nigga. Mirich don't even play in the league no more. I think he overseas. He never even came back. You know what I'm saying? But ever since then, since we got rid of him, I think he's on the Bucks now. Bobby Portis. But ever since we got rid of him, it's just like every year we're making quick little baby steps to get to where we want to be. You know what I'm saying? And then, soon we'll be beating Cleveland's ass every time, like we used to back in the day.
Listen, I don't know.
20 years ago.
I don't know. Give us some time. We rebuilding.
I would happy to have a rival. I would be happy to have a rival. You know what I'm saying? In Cleveland. I would love that.
We rebuilding at the moment. Give us a year or two. We gonna be all right.
But y'all need 5.
Nah, we don't need 5. Watch. We gonna be middle of the pack here the next couple years.
Okay.
We ain't gonna be top, but we'll be middle of the pack.
Dan Gilbert, man, that's all I gotta say.
Them Cleveland goals to be mediocre, man.
Dan Gilbert, y'all's Al Davis, for real.
Man, you're not lying. You're definitely not lying there. But we'll move on. Let's move on to the Nets Heat game.
Okay. Yeah, I think I've seen glimpses of that. I believe.
Yeah, that's the
when
game.
KD got hurt, right?
Yeah, where he went back out.
Hamstring contusion or something
Man,
like that.
I just don't. I don't get it, man.
KD's
Hey man,
small.
hey, you seen this man's body type. He ain't got no body fat nowhere. So that knee went straight to the bone when he got hit in the thigh. Went straight to the bone.
It
nigga.
did. Listen.
I just don't get it, man.
He might be at that I'll call it the Derrick Rose point in his career where he just may just be at that point where he's injury prone. Because he's been dominant for so long and he wasn't getting hurt like that. And now it's just he's out every other game or so.
When do you say that he wasn't getting hurt like that? Back in OKC?
Like OKC, Golden State, I don't remember him getting hurt like that.
Yeah, it started with the Achilles with OKC, with the Warriors.
Okay. Oh, right.
The Achilles with the Warriors.
Right.
He went out in OKC for something too.
It was something minor, but I know he was in that finals when they got ran back up on.
Yeah.
And they
against
next season, this nigga came to school wearing a whole different outfit. Like, well, I'm running with these boys now. These my niggas don't sit next to me at the lunch table or nothing. Fuck y'all niggas.
But you know what? On that note, and I kind of got a different perspective on that as well. I'm not gonna say I still, it swayed my decision on how I felt about KD leaving and going to the Warriors. But I was watching Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp. They was talking about the situation, and they said that KD felt like for whatever reason in OKC. They felt like Russ was the number one guy, and he couldn't get Russ to stop taking shots, being a detriment to his situation. So he felt like he wasn't gonna get a ring there as long as wasn't nobody gonna say nothing. So he left it.
Right.
My whole thing is going there though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can feel that way.
Right.
You can feel that way. And there's other teams you could have went with and played. We probably would have said the same thing if we teamed up with LeBron or some shit like that. But to go to the team that just basically embarrassed y'all when y'all had a 3-1 lead and then came back and then basically how Steph does. Steph make you feel bad about it because he be smiling and shit and dancing and all type of shit and wiggling and all type of shit.
I don't even think it's the fact that he went to the team that embarrassed him so much as you went to the team that won. They already won. You know what I mean? Right. They already did it. That's like you being a little brother. Like, can I come?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Saying the same shit. We saying the same shit because in a roundabout way, it's the same thing. Even though they went on to win the championship, the Warriors were on path to beat them in that series. They had them.
You mean the Thunder?
The Thunder.
Right.
The Thunder.
Right.
They were on path to beat them in that series.
You're right.
And they had them. I would be a person let's add another piece. Or if Russell's really fucking up like that, which seems to be the case because he went and played with his childhood friend. I mean, he was like, look, man, we cool and shit. And, we come to the barbecue and all that, but you got to get out of here. Or I got to get out of here.
Right.
And he did. You know what I'm saying? So
listen,
you could be right. Russell Westbrook was the reason why he left, but there's 28 other destinations besides the Thunder and the Warriors. And you landed on the one that was probably the least favorable from a fan's perspective. From your perspective, hey, you want a chip?
Right. He got it. And you know what? It may be the smartest thing he ever did because he is like Benjamin Button. You feel what I'm saying? Like that. Well, no, he got younger as he got older, didn't he? That motherfucker is just breaking down. You hear what I'm saying? So he may not have had time to get a ring with anybody else.
Right.
He may have had to go. He may have known. He may have known my clock is ticking.
Y'all see my legs? Keep doing this.
Yeah, right. Look at it. Look at his build.
Flamingo legs.
Exactly.
But other than KD, your boy, listen, Landry Shamet.
He's a streaky shooter. Yeah.
Man, I don't know. I think he may be more than a role player.
On the Nets?
In general.
Okay.
He's definitely
He's definitely a role player on the Nets.
Right.
Well, I mean, at the moment, because they got everybody out, he's had to take a bigger role, which is why I think he's starting to stand out a bit more. I mean, I've always known Landry Shamet had a little bit of game since back when he was with Philly, wasn't it?
Yeah. I mean, he had, white boy with a shot. Well, he's not white. He's just, nobody knows.
Yeah, he's not that relevant.
Yeah, I gotta walk up on him to see what color he really is. Hold on.
You stupid, man. But regardless, I think that I think he could be another one that not necessarily ever. I think he's graduated, at least in my mind, to that Lou Williams status.
A dependable 6-man smoke.
No, look what he did with the other teams he played for. I believe he was on, was it the Pistons or the Clippers? Might have been the Clippers he played for before. No, I think he's just a good fit where he's at.
The Sixers.
The Sixers? Yeah,
Sixers. He was in Philly.
The Sixers. He's just a good fit where he's at, but I feel like you put him on any other team, you're not going to get that same player out of him. Lou Will's going to produce. Rondo's going to. There's certain players are going to produce. Chris Paul. Certain players are going to produce. No matter where you put him.
But you going backwards, right? You saying, but look at the teams he was on before. I said he has graduated, which means he's grown. He's not on the teams that.
What I'm saying is now, if you put him on any other team at any given second, any moment, let's say he got traded tomorrow, he's not going to do what he's doing now. So he's graduated in Brooklyn, but he's not. You're not going to see that anywhere else if they were to move him tomorrow. Is what I'm saying. He's not consistent. He's not that dude. He's a one-hit wonder. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, Malcolm says he has no love for this man.
No love for this man.
I guess so. Because I guess you can't. I'm just kind of taken back because I don't feel like you can call him a one-hit wonder when the song's not even over. You know what I mean? Like he hasn't finished the album yet. We're still in
he can have a shot to build his career.
Right? We're still doing something.
Let's see.
Like that game alone, he finished the game 32-3 off of 10 of 15 shooting. I mean, with 2 rebounds and 3 assists, I don't really know what other team you could put him on that he's not going to score. That's what he did, was score.
That was against the Heat, you're saying?
Correct.
Okay, he said
they played the Pelicans last night. What was the stats against the Pelicans?
18 points, 7 for 12, 1 rebound, 8 assists.
He got a great shooting percentage, man. Give him the rock.
Man, I'm telling you. He's doing something as of now. As of now, I feel like he's graduated to something more than what he was in Philly and what he was expected to be here in the Nets. Let's be honest, he was just a filler player.
Right.
They were hoping that Dinwiddie and everybody else would be healthy enough to play and we wouldn't have to put it on Shamet's shoulders. But since it is, we can't say that motherfucker hadn't been Atlas at the moment, holding everything together.
At this current moment against Toronto, live in action, he's played 15 minutes. He scored 3 points. He's 1 for 6 with 1 rebound, 2 assists.
You gotta at least give him a half, Malcolm. Damn.
Well, I mean, right now. Well, hold on. It is. The second quarter has 27 seconds left.
Oh, okay. I thought it said it's been 15 minutes. Like, damn, this is a quarter.
No, he's only played 15 minutes in the ball game. You know what I mean?
Damn.
And he's only, we'll see how he finishes out. I just don't see it consistently in him. I think he can have a little streak, but
yeah, I mean, he hasn't proved himself to be consistent yet, but I also don't think that he's had the opportunity to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
He's been deep on the bench on every team he's been on thus far. This is almost like one of those any given Sunday moments where you pull the third, fourth string player off the bench and he turns out to be all right out there on the court. Like,
nigga ain't got no jersey or nothing. He just got on warm-ups and shit.
Right. Like the type of motherfucker that doesn't have his picture in the video game type shit. No, and now he's balling. So I'm going to give him respect. Also, I'm going to shout out to Bam Adebayo for hitting that little turnaround game winner. Yeah.
Who's that against? The Nets?
Yeah. They won 109-107 that game. Via Bam Adebayo's midi.
I like Bam.
moving on, I guess Clippers Timberwolves, even though it was a blowout, Clippers got them 124-105. But I guess it kind of segues into my next conversation. First and foremost, before we get there, shouts to DeMarcus Cousins back on the court. I definitely enjoy seeing that. That kind of got me rooting for the Clippers a little bit this year, if I'm being honest. After DeMarcus Cousins been bounced around and released and all that shit, I would like to see him do something with somebody. Just because he's the kind of motherfucker that we know is gonna let you hear about it.
Right. Yeah.
To some people, yeah. DeMarcus got one of them bully mentalities. He spent a lot of his life being bigger than everybody else, man. And I kind of seen him, not in real life, but on the basketball court, kind of tone it down amongst more alpha type of males. So he might tell you the truth, but some of that shit be too much for me, man, because I don't like people act real tough in the NBA because, I mean, I've never seen punch somebody in the face. Has you ever punched somebody in the face?
I don't know.
I'm just saying, like,
I understand exactly what you're saying. I'm just saying, I don't know if ESPN tracks those kind of stats.
Yeah, they don't track how many faces, punch.
Siri, how many times
or after games
has DeMarcus Cousins punched somebody in the face, man?
Listen, but he ain't no Bobby Portis.
Yeah,
Bobby Portis got that. Bobby Portis need to look at the UFC right now. He might have to change.
I just thought it's crazy, but yeah.
Okay,
and
then
I was going to ask, so what's your thought process here? Are you saying LaMelo Ball should at least still be in the top 3, top 2?
Oh, I'm definitely saying that. But so here's my thing though. They also on NBA.com also did you see the one where they did the 12 panelists that voted on Rookie of the Year last year on the 1-2-3 system? And LaMelo Ball got number 1 with a score of 50. So they do a vote on first, second, and thirds, and each one adds up to a certain amount of points. I don't know the exact calculations, but LaMelo Ball got 9 first votes, like first, 1 second, and 2 thirds for 50 points. Second was Tyrese Halliburton, who got 2 firsts, 6 seconds, 4 thirds for 32 points. Then it went Anthony Edwards with 1 first, 5 seconds, 5 thirds for 25 points. Then they had Emmanuel Quickly at 4th with just 1 third vote for 1 point.
Can I add a rookie in? Just
of
one.
Course.
My nigga Poku on the Thunder.
Who?
Poku is this white dude. He's 7'1", and he's like Kevin Durant, except he's not Kevin Durant. But this nigga but this guy for his first year, he's not averaging a lot of points, but he's also not getting a lot of opportunity, right?
Right.
Next year, this dude's gonna be a dog. So I'm gonna put him in my top 5 rookie. I'm just letting y'all know now. So next year when we look back,
what's his name?
Look, who was talking about Poku? His name was like Pokashevsky, Soskovsky. That's what I call him. Everybody calls him Poku.
You don't know?
Pokashevsky.
That's his first name?
Yeah.
So what's his last name?
No, my bad. It's Aliskevs Pokusevsky.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna keep track of that.
Hey, check out on that skinny white boy, man. He got J-Work.
Thunder, you said?
He's 7'1". They just don't be giving him no PT.
Okay.
I'm telling you, if they put that boy on another team, man, it's gonna be a problem.
Pokashevsky. I'm gonna keep an eye out. I might have to look that up after I get off of here. But
all I gotta do is put in Poku.
Okay. Yeah. But my thing is, while you asked me that question, do I have him in my top 3? If I'm being honest, I still have him at my number 1. And I'm gonna give you the reason why. Because stat wise, right? He has, on average, this is his all averages for the season: 16 points, 5.9 rebounds, 6.1 assists, 1.6 steals, 0.3 blocks, 2.8 turnovers. That's the big mark on his thing. That's only out of 41 games, right?
Mm.
That's only out of 41 games. Next, we have Anthony Edwards, who a lot would put on top with 18.1 points per game, 4.4 rebounds, 2.7 assists, 1.1 steals, zero point 0.4 blocks, and 2.1 turnovers. That's out of 58 games played. So out of 17 games less than him, the only thing that you're really beating LaMelo Ball on is points, and that's only by 2.1 points and turnovers.
Do you think they weigh durability into the rookie? Like the fact that you play a whole season should give you more stain over somebody who only played half a season, even though their stats were better because you already played the whole season?
That's a good question. That's a great question.
That's the only thing I can think of, because you bring up some great points, but this man ain't playing basketball. Now, Anthony Edwards, I don't see why he's so low. That doesn't make sense.
I mean,
well, that's because his shot percentage. That's another thing, that he averages a 39.8 shot percentage, field goal percentage.
Probably because he shoots too much for a rookie, because he's on a terrible team.
Right.
But I mean, you could almost argue that LaMelo Ball could be in the same position. If he wanted to, he could take control of that team the way Anthony Edwards is trying to. LaMelo Ball doesn't have a Karl Anthony Towns or anything like that.
Okay.
So it's a lot harder to for him not to put it on his back, in a sense. You know what I mean? But he's still playing reserved and balancing out his points with his assists. Even at the point guard position, you're beating him in rebounds.
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't disagree with LaMelo Ball being better than Anthony Edwards. I'm not disagreeing with that. What I'm saying is that Anthony Edwards is still playing basketball. LaMelo's not. But somehow Anthony Edwards slides down just as far as LaMelo. Now, these other boys, they must be balling to a point where I haven't been watching them too much. I know what Manley quickly is. What's the other dude's name?
Tyrese Halliburton.
Tyrese Halliburton.
Shout
out to them boys.
He's what, 12.6 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, 1.3 steals, 0.5 blocks, and 1.5 turnovers, which I would say is kind of impressive in my eyes too, because he has had to step up. He's also on a terrible team, right? I would say the Kings.
Yeah, terrible.
The Kings, but see, that's the thing though. I would. Yeah, I guess.
And Quickly's on the Knicks, right?
Yeah.
Quickly's on the Knicks. So they're all, well, except for the Knicks now, surprisingly, they all seem to be on sub 500 teams, except for the dude from the Knicks, the Quickly boy.
Well, the Hornets aren't a sub 500 team. I mean, they're at 500 right now.
They're usually a sub 500 team.
Yeah, usually.
And they're at. The Knicks are actually a little bit above this year, which is surprising, is what I said. I didn't say it was crazy. It was surprising.
Right.
Because niggas count them out at the beginning of the year. So I'm saying on the Charlotte team is good right now because of LaMelo Ball. But at the beginning of the year, we wasn't thinking of Ball.
I wouldn't just say LaMelo Ball though. I mean, I would say that Charlotte's been, for lack of a better word, they've been somewhat plagued by injuries.
And they picked up some good draft picks over the past couple years. I'm seeing it in fruition right now.
Players there. They just have some good players there in general.
They're building the squad.
They got the twins there, them twin boys.
Yeah, Corey and Caleb Martin.
Yeah.
Cody and Caleb Martin. Miles Bridges, PJ Washington. They got a nice
Terry.
Right. They got Terry, they got Gordon Hayward. They got some pieces. If they all was put together, I could see them causing a lot of teams a lot of problems. But my only argument for that Rookie of the Year thing, as far as longevity goes, would be MVP as well. I mean, there's been some seasons that the MVP has gone to players that haven't played, more games than the runner-up.
But how many more games are we talking about here? Because LaMelo Ball's out for the rest of the season.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not. He's been cleared.
He had cleared to come back.
That's
Oh,
another
okay.
thing. That's another thing. Since he's
Okay.
cleared,
Well, I thought he was out for the rest of the season. Well, how much time? It's like what, 2 weeks left in the season?
it's still
2 weeks,
about what
10, 15 games.
yeah, about 15 games left.
All right, so 3 weeks.
So that was about to be my question. Like, is it a situation where do you feel like there's a certain amount he has to get done to put himself back in that top if you don't already have him there?
Just keep doing what you're doing. If you're healthy to come
Yeah.
back, it should just click right back in.
Yeah.
Next week we should read this shit. Niggas should go up 3 steps.
So
Then
you
we
don't
got
feel
that.
like he needs to increase any stats in order to do that. He just has to come back continuing on the same path he was
Be
on.
consistent.
I'm saying I don't think he should come back and try too hard, you know what I'm saying, to prove himself rookie of the year. If that's what he really wants to do, then yeah, but don't go out there and burn candle at both ends trying to get the rookie of the year. I'm saying just go out there and do what you was doing before. You was balling. Just do that again. You don't have to do more than that, is what I'm saying.
Right. I mean,
Just do what you was doing.
if I'm being honest, I feel like we are gonna see that from him.
Well, he's gonna try to go for
come
it.
back and do too much. You know what I mean? Just because I would probably, if I was in a situation, I would be thinking the exact same as I am. Like, well, wait a minute. These motherfuckers have had 15 and 16 more games than I have, and they're still not beating my stats, but I'm down to 6. Oh, I got to come back and I got to show you something. And
But you gotta think bigger
and I don't think
picture.
he's in a position maturity-wise to be able to come back and show us something without it, looking sloppy.
You got his dad in his ear
messing
talking
up.
shit. You got his dad in his ear talking shit.
Right.
Yeah.
I saw you number
but-
6 on the list.
But you gotta think. You gotta think. Let's be honest, and I bet y'all would agree. You gonna listen to your dad or Michael Jordan? Because I know who I'm listening to. If Michael Jordan
My
tell
dad?
me,
I'm listening to my dad for listening to Michael Jordan.
never,
I don't know that nigga.
never.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm
Listen,
kind of.
hey, listen, and that's y'all, and I respect it. But I'm gonna spit some facts. It's not even opinions. It's not nothing made up. It's just factual. Michael Jordan's names are most likely on your checks. He owns the team. He's cutting my checks. My pops isn't cutting my checks. Michael Jordan runs his team. My pops don't run this team. So if Michael says tone it down a little bit, we're already playoff down at this time. There's a bigger picture. Still play consistent. Don't go too hard. I'm listening to Michael Jordan over my dad. If my dad's saying the opposite is what I'm saying.
And I get that.
That's easy for me.
No, I definitely
That's easy
get that.
for
That's
me.
about business, but it's
Hey,
different when
Malcolm.
it comes down to ego.
Malcolm.
But
Right after
you
Michael
wouldn't
Jordan left the
you
room.
think you was telling Michael Jordan that? You think you was telling Michael Jordan that if he dropped down to 6th on the list and we know Michael Jordan was rookie of the year, you think you telling Michael Jordan tone it down? No, you're not.
You mean LaMelo? You mean Michael Jordan telling LaMelo that?
No, do you think Phil, anyone, I know Phil wasn't his rookie coach, but
Right.
was could tell Michael Jordan, tone it down. Yeah, I know you dropped 6th on the rookie list and you're better than everybody, but tone it down.
Were they playoff? Were they playoff
What was that
down?
dude's
It
name?
don't matter.
It wasn't Phil Jackson. It was
That's what I'm saying.
it was Doug Collins.
That's what I'm.
There you
Doug
go.
fucking
Right.
Collins.
Right, and that's what I'm saying does matter, because if we're talking about you have nothing else to win besides rookie of the year, you're not playoff bound. Yeah, I'm going all out for at least something, but if I'm potentially playoff bound, I'm going to go for bigger picture regardless of rookie of the year. If I get that, that's cool, but I have a chance to try to do something greater than
Now,
that.
do you
That's
think?
what I'm
Now,
saying.
that's what I'm getting at. Do you think that his maturity level is to that point?
No,
Exactly.
I don't.
Because
I don't.
even if somebody says to him, "Don't worry about your stats. We're on our way to the playoffs. Just cruise it out." In the
Right.
back of his mind, he's still saying, "I've been hurt. These chumps
Right.
passed me up. Let me take
Right.
this shot."
Right.
It actually happened to Jordan, I believe, his second year. He broke his foot. So he missed half the year. And he was mad when he came back. He was mad when he came back. Lonzo, like, to go back to like the dad shit, I'm not gonna harp on that, but like, yeah, you listen to your owner, but there's so many people around you. I mean, it's not just his dad, he has his friends. You know, Lonzo might be saying some shit to him. Or Landry might be saying, look, if you get the rookie of the year, you can get this bag, or you can get this bag, or this bag. So you need to try and do that shit. So there's other sides to it, you know what I'm saying? And you have the ego side too, like, Coach said I should just tone it down. Coach ain't from where I'm from. I'm finna go out there and turn up on them, whatever the fuck they feel
From
inside.
the hill, he from Chino Hills. Listen.
Hey, well, maybe she got real
From
Chino
Bel
Hills
Air.
every now and again, bro.
That nigga said he from Baldwin Heights and shit.
You feel me?
Hey,
Yeah.
but some people feel that way. It's to that point. Some people feel like just because I'm from a place like that, they have to go extra hard to prove to people. So you have that as well. So I mean, I get what you're saying, but I think both of y'all are right. If he is gonna come back, it's gonna be one or two. It's gonna be toned down. I'm just gonna pass the ball, play 20 minutes a game, LaMelo, or I'm gonna be out there playing 45, 44 minutes, trying to get them people. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get that money.
Right.
So that's the question. Then I guess, will he be on load management or no? I guess that's really the biggest question.
Well, he will immediately. You know he will.
It's his wrist, right? It's his wrist.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, it's his wrist. Mm-hmm.
But wasn't it his non-shooting?
His non-shoot. I'm not. Let me see. I'm not too sure on that. Let me see.
I don't know if he's left-handed or right-handed. Yeah.
Right. LaMelo Ball.
Listen, I don't keep track of all that.
Right.
I don't even know if you left-handed or right-handed. I have no idea.
Who, me?
Might put
I don't know if I'm left-handed or right-handed. Shit, at this point.
Well, that don't help.
Oh, right. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Honestly, I really don't. Because now I'm realizing I do a lot more things left-handed than I do right-handed. I only write right-handed, to be honest.
I drive left-handed. That's probably about it. I'm you know what I'm saying? I'm on this side of the game. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting it like
that. All right, Sierra. Sierra and Ludacris.
Hey, man. You guys still, I know you still ride with your seats way far back than they should be. You ain't up on the wheel like this. You ain't driving the car like this.
I definitely ain't up on the wheel, but I definitely ain't lean back. I don't got no motherfucking gangster lean on my shit.
Well, I gotta push all my seats back because I'm tall, so I might as well look cool when I'm doing
it. But
it was his right wrist, but I don't know if it's his shooting wrist or not. I feel like it
probably is.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, to be honest.
It probably is, then.
Aaron, what you drinking? Some sake?
Nah.
I think the sour face. I said,
nah,
it's drinking
some tequila.
But we'll move on from the rookie of the year shit after this. So, on that note that we just finished on, what do you think would be best for, I guess Aaron kind of answered it, and I guess Malcolm did too. My question was going to be, what play style do you feel like he should come back with? And I guess in a roundabout way, you both kind of answered it. You felt like he should rock with, just to go with the flow of the team. And you feel like whatever is best for the bag.
Or the flow of the team. Whichever one comes first. If I can come back and roll with the flow of the team and still produce, then I'll run with that. I'm not gonna be out there trying to wrestle Westbrook some shit. You know what I'm saying? Trying to do amazing behind the head passes and shit for no reason.
You know what? If I'm being honest, I don't think that he's that kind of player. I think that
I'm not talking about shooting. I'm talking about just trying to do too much.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean in general. Like, I don't think he's that kind of player, because when you look at all of them, and I'm gonna get into something a little deeper here. Not deep, but you know what I mean. But when you look at all of them, LaMelo's the overcomer of the bunch. LaMelo's the one that saw his brother's way, being Lonzo, saw his other brother's way being Jello, and then he was the one that was kind of fucked by the name in the end of things and was like, well, shit, let's go overseas. You know what I mean? He went overseas, he did his thing over there, he came back, went through all the pro summer league circuits, did his thing there, came into the draft while everybody was doubting him. Huh?
He did didn't he play for the NBA DL or something? He played the there's like another NBA or pro league or like semi-pro league he played for in America before he got drafted. I think his dad had something to do with the league or some shit like that. Like it was after because he was overseas with his brother. Then that ended. Then his brother went to China. Then he came back because he got in trouble in China and shit. That's when he got caught up.
Well, no.
And he came back.
Well, no, his brother got in trouble in China while he was still at UCLA.
Right.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I was off my timeline.
Yeah, LaMelo was off in what's the name by himself.
Where's my phone?
Well, wait. Hold on. Time out. LaMelo wasn't at UCLA because he didn't go to college.
No,
that's what I'm saying.
Jello.
Okay. Right.
Was it
right?
Jello went to UCLA too, didn't he?
Jello.
Maybe.
Or was it Michigan State?
Because when
Lonzo,
what's it talking and shit far away.
Let me look it up.
It might have been Michigan State if it wasn't UCLA.
LiAngelo. It doesn't.
There it is.
Did he skip? I think LiAngelo didn't play in college.
Yeah, because remember Lonzo left on bad terms. Remember, he left on bad terms with UCLA.
Sorry, UCLA. He went. He didn't.
Right.
He
got kicked out.
Left on bad terms.
He got kicked out. That's what I'm saying. He got kicked out, and everybody. And then LaMelo had the bad name at that point because it was like, well, damn, do we want to really trust another ball? So he went overseas and proved himself, came back. I don't know. He might have played in that, but all I know is when he came back over, I was watching him in Trae Young's league. He was playing with Trae Young, Kevin Porter Jr. He was playing with Jamal Crawford. He played in, came to a couple games, but he wasn't really a part of it. It was a bunch of NBA players that were there. It was a big man too.
Like a Drew League or something?
Jaleel Okafor.
Jaleel Okafor.
I think he was in it. It was kind of like that, but Trae Young ran it.
Okay, yeah. He played in the National Basketball League, which is in Australia. Okay. That's all. Because I know he played some type of professional somewhere else before he came. Yeah, because he didn't go to college.
Right. But what I'm saying is, and this is what I was getting at when I said I was going to take it deeper, is LaMelo is now Derek Carr, where his brother. Well, I wouldn't go as deep.
Football.
Yeah, Derek Carr in football. Remember his brother David. His brother David came out in Texas and was supposed to be the top of the line shit, i.e. Lonzo.
Yeah.
Whole shit kind of fell through. And then everybody was looking at the fam like, well, what's going on now?
Lonzo hasn't fallen off, though.
He hasn't fallen off. He's on his way back. He's on his way back with the Pelicans. But as far as the second...
he's been quiet.
As far as the first round, second pick, he never panned out to be that. He's still not that.
He's not.
Still not.
He's also on a more talented team to where it's hard for him to even be looked at as a top star.
Or vice versa. Or it could be a situation where you could at least be the Russell Westbrook getting the assist. We know you're good for that. I would give Lonzo the better passer than Russell as far as court vision goes. Russell just actually does the passes. But when it comes to court vision, I love Lonzo's court vision. He has amazing court vision. He just doesn't execute the passes always.
Right. No, he doesn't.
Lonzo came in as a more natural point guard, whereas Russell is more of he had to learn how to do that shit.
No, I agree there. But my whole thing is
who went to UCLA, oddly enough.
You said what? What was that?
Who went to UCLA, oddly enough.
Who Russell?
They both went to UCLA. Yeah.
Oh, he did too. Yeah, that's right. He did go to UCLA. Yeah.
That's just a fun fact.
Right. Fun fact. We need to start having one of them on the show.
I need a soundboard. I wish I could have hit you with the reading rainbow, the rainbow sound. The
more you know.
Right.
I know what you're talking about. That's funny.
But I feel like if I'm going to answer that question, I feel like Lonzo should come out the gates. Like, come out the gates. Like, really come out the gates and show motherfuckers what you're really about. Because we know you got it in you. You're not the other two. Like it's almost a Seth thing. You know what I mean? Where both of you, right? Both of you are deserve it to be in the league, but there are levels to this, and it's clear that Steph is on a higher level than Seth is. Same as Lonzo and LaMelo. Melo is clearly on another level than Lonzo is.
I think the opposite happened. Well, not the opposite, but the opposite with them. Whereas Lonzo kind of had the fanfare, came to the league, second round pick. Even though LaMelo was a high draft pick, he was a cautionary pick. They picked Lonzo Ball high. He had the whole the shoes that his dad was making. He had the whole dad story behind him.
Right.
It was big. So when LaMelo came in, it was kind of quiet. You know, so he had a little time to work. When Steph came out, Steph had time to work. Steph was at Davidson. Nobody gave a fuck. Well, they did. They obviously drafted him. What I'm saying is he was at Davidson. People weren't paying attention to that. Then he got to a Warriors team that wasn't that great and got a couple of years to develop. And then he sprouted. Seth, on the other hand, went to Duke. So niggas was already putting money on this nigga.
Right.
From Jump Street. You went to Duke. And then you got drafted. And then it's like, oh, you're not Seth. You're going to the G League. Or the D League, where the fuck he is.
Right.
And, you know, he's had like a little bit of a rougher path. So I think it's kind of the opposite. I think all that fanfare can distract you from actually putting in the work. And Steph Curry put in the work because he didn't have that fanfare. And LaMelo, even though he had the fanfare, it wasn't the same as somebody else, Lonzo.
Right.
It had the same. He didn't have his dad on ESPN every week talking shit. You know, selling shoes and terrible clothes and all type of shit. You know what I'm saying? And putting him out there, my son gonna be better than this.
I still wonder where that comes from, though. I still wonder where that comes from. Like, I don't want to put anything on the family, but they can't have the best relationship.
I mean, I'm not gonna scare you. It might be
Melo, because every time you hear him talk about them, he always says, yeah, Lonzo's me. Jello's the glue, and Melo, he's just a weird one. Like it's almost not like he writes him off, but he's like, yeah, we just don't mesh. We don't match. So
Melo was the first nigga to tell him them shoes is terrible.
Right. Probably on some real shit.
It's probably similar to Joe Jackson and the Jackson 5 and Michael Jackson's relationship. That's probably how it is for LeVar and his boys. Like, to your point, I feel like LaMelo is the Michael Jackson. He's the best one, right, of the three. He's the star of the three. But maybe him and LeVar don't have that for whatever reason. Like you said, I kind of picked up on that. So I used to watch a couple of the Ball in the Family, whatever their show was called. I was watching a couple of them when they first came out. Yeah, I mean, it was interesting just to kind of get an idea of maybe, you know, but it is reality TV, so it's hard to tell.
Right.
Yeah,
but they wasn't faking. You know they wasn't faking.
Right.
That's all they know how to be is that.
The Jacksons, though, when you think about the Jacksons, you know, you kind of got to shout out Joe Jackson just a little bit because he did recognize Mike's talent at a young age. He also raised about 13 kids in Gary, Indiana. And then none of them end up in jail.
Right.
He also has a daughter named Janet. She's doing pretty good. You know what I'm saying? I heard Jermaine is managing the Piggly Wiggly or some shit like that.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Are you saying it?
No, I heard that shit. It wasn't Jermaine. It was one. Because there's 13, 14 brothers, right? But one of them own a Piggly Wiggly. And ain't nothing wrong with that. If I said I own a Kroger, you'd be like, oh shit, this nigga own a Kroger. But if we say somebody from the Jackson say they own a Piggly Wiggly, you're gonna be oh, come on, man. That's an accomplishment. You own a grocery store.
Yeah, I don't know if it's an accomplishment when you're a Jackson.
All
right.
That's like saying.
What I'm saying is you have
Paris Hilton owns the Speedway. So
that's what's up.
No, it is what's up, but for at least Paris Hilton, it's not what's up.
It's levels.
Think about it like this. Like thinking of your siblings or whatever, and you're doing something great. And while you're doing something great, they're doing something good for themselves.
Right.
That's what's up.
No,
you want to try and say like
I agree.
What I'm trying to say is like there's 13 kids from Joe Jackson who are all doing well, and to give Lons whatever the dude's name, what is his name?
Spare the ride. You see what happened.
I mean, we all see what Joe Jackson did. but it got them straight.
Listen, spare the rise, spoil the seed.
With them, they definitely had money because I seen their house. And what's up with their mom?
Oh yeah, she had a stroke.
Oh no, this ain't.
No, I'm saying because
she
hasn't said nothing.
She had a stroke. Tina used to be her mom's name is Tina. She used to be a volleyball player and stuff. I guess she had a stroke, and then that's when things really changed. I should say a lot for her. She did get her rhythm back, walking, speech. So she's more behind the scenes. I mean, she's kind of like again like LeBron's wife. You don't hear a lot about her.
Well,
she's behind the scenes.
Motherfuckers was basketball coaches. Let's move on.
Right.
But I do understand. But I definitely I understand your comparison. I definitely.
I'm trying to find the background here. I'm trying to find the background because you brought up Joe Jackson, and I don't like how he raised his kids.
I brought up Joe Jackson.
He did.
I did.
Oh, okay. I was about to say I didn't remember that, but let's move on. Out of the rookie, we good. We gonna see what LaMelo do. I still got LaMelo winning Rookie of the Year. Period. I don't see how Anthony Edwards can win it with a 39.8 field goal percentage when motherfuckers is shooting better than that from 3. Like last time I checked, Halliburton had like a 38% 3-point percentage. So how are you gonna win with a 39% field goal percentage?
But it could increase though. There's still time.
I mean, I like Anthony Edwards. I'm not gonna hate on my man, but I really do like him. But you know who I will say my dark horse is that will move up a little higher. He's sitting nice and firm at the moment. Number 3 on everybody's list. My Ohio State boy. And the only reason why I say that right now is because currently Houston has nobody running that squad but Kevin Porter Jr. And Kevin Porter Jr. has clearly taken a liking to Jayshawn Tate because he looks like his go-to guy when he's looking to pass the ball. He looks to see where Tate is on the court. So that's going to increase Tate's stock the more he gets touches because he's clearly reliable the way he's been playing, and all his stats are firm in the middle. So I see why he's number 3. That's the one thing I would say I agree with on both Rookie of the Year lists. But moving on, Bucks Suns. I don't know if y'all saw that. The Suns won 128-127 in overtime.
Man, I need to go to Vegas and put money on the Suns to win the chip, man.
Listen, the Suns
out the blue, man.
The Suns got.
Like the Cubs.
I'm not saying the Suns won't or couldn't win a chip. But they got given that game. The Suns got given that game. And I'll say that factually. And I know it's going to be a lot of detractors like, yeah, that wasn't right. What happened was it was overtime. Clock ran out. Devin Booker missed the last second shot for the win. Right. Tie game.
Right.
Ref calls a foul. I didn't see the foul. I rewatched it. I rewatched it 3 times. I did not see the foul anywhere. He won because he hit 1 or 2 free throws and won the game. And I was just thinking to myself, like, that's so fucked up. Like, I could see if you gave him the foul if they were down, but to give them the foul while they're tied is giving them the game.
Yeah, that is.
I'm gonna say something that's a little contrary because although I do agree with what you say, I'm saying that I like to see the Suns getting calls like that now.
Why?
They getting them phantom calls that some of these other niggas been getting over the years.
Okay, I can agree.
You know what I'm saying?
I can agree with that.
This has happened before. We've all seen some stuff that happened at the end of the game that you don't agree with, and the Suns will finally start to get that little. Maybe it's Chris Paul talking shit to the ref the whole game. You know what I'm saying? You owe us this, you owe us that.
And they're not a big market, so it's good to see a small market getting those game-changing fouls. Man. I agree with that 100.
And I'm telling you,
go ahead, Aaron. Did y'all hear about that Spurs Suns game?
Spurs Suns?
On April 17th?
No, I didn't.
It was the Suns' worst loss of the season.
I'm gonna say lose by.
It was 111 to 85. The Suns only put up 85 points.
Oh yeah, they were on a losing streak up until either not the Bucks game. I think the Bucks game might have been that game might have been the one that cracked the losing streak.
Right. I think so.
I'm watching the Suns play right now, and they doing pretty good. People go, I think the Nets had a game where they lost like 50 points or some shit, and Kyrie and Kevin Durant was playing or some shit like that. One of the two niggas was both playing, and they lost like by like 30 or 40 or something. It happens. People have off nights, and the only reason I'll bet money on the Suns is that it's good money to bet because I'm not gonna lose a lot of money, and if I win, I'm gonna lose a lot of money. You know, I'm not saying they're gonna win the championship, but if they do, I'm like, hey. $100 turned to like $1,600 real quick on them.
I like them.
Another thing with that game, though, that was fucked up. I mean, again, it happens. It is what it is in the game. Giannis went out in overtime.
So injury prone
they had to play the game without, I think it was like the last 5 minutes without Giannis on the floor. And I mean, they did their thing. That's why it was so fucked up to see that call. Like, damn, like they was scraping their way back, and you gave them that call. That's kind of fucked up. But it is what it is. I'm not mad because I'm not a Bucks fan, but just the sake of the sport, I was like, damn, that was a fucked up call right there.
I'm glad it ain't happened to me. That's what you were saying, bro.
Right. You hear me?
Hey,
that's terrible.
That's a worthy tech. Somebody should have got a tech. Nobody got a tech.
No, and that's another thing.
Shot.
You know what? I agree there
Fuck
too. After the game, it seemed like nobody cared. Nobody gave a fuck. Like everybody just walked off, dapped each other, and walked off. And I was like, okay, that's different.
Because they didn't want to get them fines. You seen boys be talking stuff in the press conference and getting
I guess COVID hitting the NBA too. They like, nigga, we ain't getting stimmies. We need this money.
Right.
I'm gonna keep my mouth shut.
If I was like a 12th nigga on the bench or something, I'd be like, man, look, shoot me to 25,000, and I'll say that bullshit.
And you know, motherfuckers would. They probably give you 30 just for saying it.
Yeah, give me an extra 5 on top so I can pay my rent.
I'll be the Marshawn Lynch of the NBA. All y'all refs can suck a dick. Y'all suck. Fuck you, commissioner. All y'all, change this shit.
What y'all gonna do? Trade me?
Right.
You're gonna cut me? Send me to the G League?
They would do that, especially if you ain't a starter. They would definitely cut you.
Yeah, you know, it's something gonna happen to you. They're like, we ain't gonna find you nothing. Y'all not finding nothing? No, we're just gonna cut your ass.
Right.
But let's move on. We got a couple more. We got one I wanted to get to, and I know Malk has something to say about this because you sent me the clip. 76ers Warriors. Warriors beat 76ers 107-96. And you sent me the clip. I seen it. I didn't see the game. I rewatched the extended highlights because I didn't catch that one. The Steph Curry buzzer beater on his brother at the end of the first quarter. You know what I'm talking about, Aaron?
No, I know you hit a wild shot against him, I believe.
Listen, he shot that motherfucker in my nigga's bread basket. He was right up in his shit. Like, he was right in his shit. Like, he shot it like, I know this is my little brother guarding me.
Right.
That's how it happens in the NBA.
I don't know if he took that shot on anybody else.
Yeah,
you're right.
Right.
I think that was little brother confidence.
You ever had this nigga guard me?
Right, that was little brother confidence that he just did that to him.
He was
in his chest. Like it was excellent D by Seth. It was excellent D. And he still threw it up and hit it, and you could just see the demoralization in Seth's face. Like he just dropped his shit like
that nigga Seth called his mom after the game like, hey man, you gotta talk to Steph, man. Right. I'm trying to get this money too, man. He can't be embarrassing me. Embarrass some other niggas, man. Don't embarrass me.
Listen, that shit was
that was bad.
But I will say that to Seth's credit, he was battling with him. He ended the first half with 15 points. Steph had 16 till he hit that last three that gave him 18. And was it 18 or 19? But that's all he ended with. He ended the game with only 15 points and 5 assists. But you knew I was gonna bring it up. Joel Embiid, my guy who we was talking about last week, balled out, of course, as he always does. We'll see if he wins the MVP this year. And we had the, I don't know if you still know, okay, we had the conversation about Shaq and Joel Embiid.
Yeah, I still no comparison to me. I don't care what nobody
Listen,
say.
well, I meant to send you the article. There was an article. It was funny. It was almost like that phone shit where you talk about something and your phone hears you and sends you the ad for what you was talking about. Because
Right.
as soon as I opened Facebook, it was an article somebody wrote about how they were comparing Joel Embiid to Shaq's MVP season. I read the article. I was like, that's what I was saying. Like, I felt like that's exactly what I was saying. So I looked up the stats, and it is very comparable. Now, Shaq does beat him out in a couple things to be
Rebound.
to be expected when you look at the style of play. But if you check the stats, Joel Embiid's averaging on the season 29.9 points off of 51.2% from the field. He has 11.2 rebounds and 3.1 assists. Shaq's MVP season, 99 to 2000 season, he had 29.7 points off of 57.4% from the field. He had 13.6 rebounds and 3.8 assists. And I said, now, that is very comparable. I even, in correct me if you feel like I'm going too far, I hedged that to Joel Embiid for the simple fact that all your shots aren't coming from right below the rim. You're leading in scoring and you're right there in field goal percentage. And Shaq didn't shoot no threes that season. Shaq didn't shoot no mid ranges that season. Shaq only threw up a couple hooks that season. You feel what I'm saying? So when you look at a 57.4 from the mindset of a guy that's just getting rebounds and going back up, that kind of lets me know that there were people down there that affected you on defense. So when I go to a Joel Embiid with those same stats, even the rebounds, I'm going to be honest, you give it to Shaq because he has more. But I'm like, well, shit, when you look at where Joel Embiid has to be at on offense, meaning the three outside in the mid, I mean, just to get that many rebounds is impressive as well. And I'm not trying to make the argument to say he's better by no means, but I do feel like they are damn near right there on that same plane when we're talking about dominance this era to that era is all I'm getting.
But I just feel like you knew what Shaq was going to do and you still couldn't stop him. You're right. You don't know what Joel Embiid's going to do because his game is way more versatile and expanded than Shaq's, and that does make it hard. But again, if I got somebody where I know what you're going to do every time, and I still can't stop you, even though I know what you're going to do.
But see, somebody was, though, because the 57.4. And the only reason why I say that is because I clearly remember Shaq starting out the season. In the first quarter of the season, and motherfuckers was talking about how he had an 88 point something field goal percentage. Like, because all he was doing was dunking. So how did it get down to 57.4 if you weren't taking middies and you weren't taking threes? Unless somebody was affecting your game. But go ahead, Aaron.
This is around the beginning of the Hacker Shack era. Yes, he's scoring 88%. Foul him. He can't shoot free throws.
Right.
He's going to miss the free throws. He's going to miss the shot.
But that doesn't affect your field goal percentage, though.
It doesn't. But it affects your shots on the goal.
Right.
Right? So what I'm trying to say is that
No. It doesn't affect your shots on goal. They don't call it a miss if you got fouled. So
when you shoot and you get fouled, it's an automatic towards your field goal percentage.
No, it's not a make or a miss. Your field goal percentage stays the same. That's how motherfuckers score 30 points and shoot 4 of 10 from the field or 7 of 10 from the field. Because it doesn't affect your field goal percentage. You still get those free throws though.
Well, I'm off. You got me on that.
So the fact that his field goal percentage dropped to 57.4 means that somebody was stopping his actual shots where he wasn't getting fouled.
Here's my second point. My second point was both him and Joel Embiid have the same thing about not caring too much about the game, right? It's well known. It's well known that Shaq said I didn't give 110%. I was eating cheeseburgers and shit, and Kobe Bryant was like, man, if he had just been in the gym, he'd have been the most greatest player ever.
I think I can
Joel
agree.
Embiid, his first couple of years was like, is he serious? Is he serious?
Right.
Is he serious? He falling around.
He was still good though, but I do agree. I agree.
That's Shaq though.
Right.
Shaq was doing terrible movies and albums and shit,
Kazam,
all types of shit, and he was still
rapping against Kobe and shit.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying? Like he was still doing dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? Like Shaq didn't take his career as serious as he probably should from a basketball standpoint. I'm not gonna say he didn't. I'm just gonna say he said it himself. I'm just repeating what you said.
Right.
You telling me that you could have did better.
No, I
and
agree.
You know, yeah. And Joel Embiid's not gonna say the same shit in his career. I just started playing basketball when I was 16, 17. I didn't care. I had to find my love for the game or some shit like that. I don't mean, you get what I'm trying to say? Like, it's not like if you didn't grow up playing the game, how do you love it?
Listen, I don't know, man. Listen, was that a French accent? Was that I know that you
I don't know, man.
French in Africa. I don't know if that was racist. I don't know nothing.
We love everybody.
We love everybody. We all black.
But that he's from Nigeria or something. I know a lot of Nigerians.
He's from
Shout out to y'all.
He's from Cameroon, I thought.
I know a lot of Nigerians.
I know a lot of Africans, and I know some people from Cameroon and all that.
So I'm not making fun of this man. What I'm trying to say is he himself admits to not being in love with the game at first because he was new to it. Shaq had been playing the game since he was a young man. He was like, 6 and some change, and he was like 12 or something. Something weird. You know, something crazy. You see a 6'1" dude and he's 12. Like, oh my God.
Yeah. I remember him being in a magazine.
Yeah, exactly. So I think both of them boys need, like, not both of them, but Joel Embiid, his only downfall is he doesn't look like he's that dedicated towards the game. But other than that, yeah, should be MVP. At least close to it.
Yeah, it's between him and Joker.
I'll take him over Joker
because
Joker's unathletic. He's unathletic.
Hell no.
And I'm tired of that. I'm tired of this shit right here. This shit.
What's that?
That's what we do. Watch Joker every time he plays.
He wipes his. He wipes his.
Listen.
The whole time he ain't got the rock. He just be sitting there standing there. Pass me this shit.
See that.
Hey.
I have to look that up. Look that up. Yeah, he is nice, but I mean, we had that conversation, and for the sake of the podcast, I guess we can get back into it. But I feel like the only reason why I'm edging Joel Embiid out on the MVP over Joker is because Joker is great all around. He's great all around. He's great with his passing, great with his shooting. He chooses to be big man every now and again, but for the most part, he has a point guard game because he was another Kelly Olynyk who started high school as a point guard and grew to be, tall and then ended up being a center. So you can see a lot of those point guard attributes in the way he plays. But what we discussed, I feel like he doesn't have to do that. He has people on the team. Well, now that, Murray's out and all that,
right.
he has a bigger role, but he doesn't have to do it.
Who else gonna do it?
What's the guy's name?
Nobody. Not on the Nuggets. It has just been, now they got rid of
Michael
Gary
Porter
Harris.
Jr. Michael Porter Jr. is the factor.
But
Michael Porter Jr. is a factor.
But he plays the 4 and a 3 sometimes. It's that's not who I'm thinking of. Damn.
I just don't know any true other help.
Paul Millsap?
I'm thinking of like basically the point guard right now.
Jamal Murray.
He's out. He's out
Yeah,
right
he's
now.
hurt. Yeah, he's hurt. But he's out for the whole year.
But what I'm getting
that,
at,
that happened this week though, I think.
what I'm getting
No,
at,
that was like a couple weeks ago.
is a lot
Really?
of the lot.
He tried it, didn't he? Clip. Aaron was reaching, wasn't he?
He said, really? Oh shit. But what I'm getting at is a lot of times that I see that Joker makes passes, I ask myself, are you doing that because you don't want to move? You know what I mean? You don't want to rotate. You want the team to move for you type shit. Like, cause you're not bringing the ball up the court.
Right.
You'll get the ball at half court and start playing point from there, so-called big man point from there. And it's like you're directing the team as opposed to going in and being the big that you are. You know what I mean? Like, we don't need you to be a point guard. We need you to be a big.
Well, it's a different game, like you said, though, right? With the big men, like if you can't stretch the floor and you can't pass the ball and you can't, you know what I mean? Like, there's not, because that's what we talked about with the whole Shaq debate was Shaq was a true big man. We knew he wasn't up to do nothing else but work that, you know what I'm saying, under the basket and defense.
I guess.
But these other guys, you know.
You know, I agree, but I guess what it comes down to is I think the Joker is a chameleon. He can do it all on the court, but when it comes time to do the big man role, I don't see you do it. So it's like I don't know if I can give you that MVP because I don't know
that's a good point.
if you're willing to do what they drafted you to do. Yeah, you can.
What you're saying?
You can play your own game, great, but get down in there and play.
You can't be a center for real.
Yeah, you're not. That's not what you are.
You get down and dirty. Yeah,
you're like Kelly Olynyk. You're like a guy that isn't designed to do that because I played point growing up. I'm still learning how to be big.
I want to see footage of Jokic in the weight room. I want to see footage of him lifting weights or something.
You just want to see him sweat.
No, I just want to see him do some type of, because he doesn't look like he lift weights. It looks like he just plays basketball, which isn't a bad thing.
Well,
but for him,
they said that he had a problem with the off season, like working out and shit.
Yeah, well, I think that's
that
still
was
a problem.
Last year or the year before, so something may have changed. But
no, he lost weight before the bubble. Last year, I know he lost weight, and people were surprised he lost weight. But I'm like, if he just lost weight by just not eating shit, then that's not a good loss of weight. You know what I'm saying? Like, did you gain any muscle mass or did you just lose weight?
Right.
So, I mean, his unathleticism is what? Because basketball is an athletic game, right? You can be a skill player and last, but at that size, man, if you don't have any, I'm saying there's a lot of young bucks coming up.
He'll last though because he's not exerting himself.
Zach Randolph side of the game, yeah.
You know,
like that.
And that's exactly the kind of game that he has, but he has a more he's like Zach Randolph with more court vision. Like I can get the ball to you when, you know, people don't expect the big man to get it there type shit.
But I'm at the 3-point line right now though.
Right, and I'll stay here. You can get the rebounds, just kick it out to me if you get it, type shit. And that's why I edged Joel Embiid out, because I almost feel like that's the king that's on the front line with his army. You know what I mean? I will go down there and bang with these big men. I will step out on a three. I will back somebody down. I will do whatever is asked of me. Where I look at Jokic and I'm like, you only want to do what you feel comfortable doing, really. And it's working for the time being, but I don't know if that's MVP worthy when it's so close of a debate.
The league seems to see it. The league seems to see it as it is. I'm just saying, like, do the coaches vote for the MVP, or is that like who votes for the MVP actually? Like, who's the actual committee?
I think it's players in the league and stuff, right?
I think they have a part. I think the people have a part of putting up the list
candidates,
like the top 10,
right? And then that's when the players in the team, whoever they commission to vote on it, have their little say in it. But I don't think it's not like American Idol where, you know, it's open and once the votes stop, whoever has the most.
It's like I watched a story in the NFL Hall of Fame about how they pick people for the Hall of Fame. That's basically the same thing. You can vote somebody to be nominated. There's still a room full of people that sit there and they talk about it. They sometimes like, hey, this dude, do you think he should be? Why do you think that? And they campaign for him. So he must be doing something that's, that the eye can't see. Because I'd be
Who
looking
you
at it
talking
like
about?
Jokic, because
he's worthy. I think he's
no,
worthy.
well, I think he's worthy. What I'm trying to say is like I don't see how he's better than Embiid right now. I don't see it.
Yeah, I'm not on that boat with them either. I'm with the same boat with you.
Let me ask y'all this: do y'all think Steph Curry should be in the MVP talks as of lately?
Yes, I do.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
He's feeling disrespected, and I've seen some other reporters and analysts on First Take and ESPN, mainly Undisputed, talk about he shouldn't. I think it was Shannon Sharp. Yeah, Shannon Sharp was.
I'm so sick of, and I don't mean to cut you off. I just want to get this thought
good.
out, and please remember what you were about to say. But I'm so sick of this inclusive culture, like where everybody has to have the opportunity to be. Because if we're being honest, like we've always said, the MVP should always either be LeBron James or Steph Curry.
Right.
If y'all aren't good enough to compete with them, that's on y'all.
Right.
Because who's guarding Steph?
If we have the same MVP for 10 years, that's on y'all being the players in the league.
Having the Shaq too. You're right, because they're having the Shaq.
Right,
and
it's just like everybody has to feel like they have to be included. So we're gonna steal it from this person to give it to someone else, just to
participation award.
Right, like that is so fucking lame to me. That is the lamest shit.
Hey, Cliff, that's like back in the day, one of our old jobs. We ain't winning the whatever it was on our teams. Meanwhile, we know we the best on the team. How you gonna give it to so and so? They didn't put up no perfect months or whatever.
Listen, well, that's when you just say I know me.
Right, Steph said Steph put out a quote, I guess, saying that he feels that he should be on pace right now to win. I guess it'd be his third MVP. He said, but it is what it is. But I agree. Right now, he's hot. Like, I mean, he's
going through the same thing LeBron went through.
Because I was going to say, I think Steph has I think there's a lot of people that don't like Steph because of how good he is.
Yeah,
coaches, players, past players, just because of how good he is and how he carries himself.
Right.
And he doesn't carry himself in a bad way, from what I understand. He's like a Christian type person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's great. He's a good person.
Can't find a chick in that armor.
And some people hate that shit.
Right.
They hate
you know what, y'all? I brought this up at one point. They said he's one of the most I don't know what the terminology is, but basically tweeted in a disrespectful way athletes in all of sports. Like I think it might be number one. Yeah, most hated on Twitter. Like people will go at him.
I bet.
People do not like him. And I've heard people talk about at previous employees, like, I hate how he chews on this mouthpiece. That's all I've really heard. Like, you hate how he chews, because he just
motherfuckers have to have a reason not to like you. Even when they can't find one, they gonna find one. They gonna find something about it. Especially if you're truly great. If you're truly great, and right now people don't want to admit you're witnessing greatness. This man is like a fucking robot.
I wouldn't even. Yeah, I was about to say, great at the time might be not enough.
Right. I feel what you said.
Like he's legendary. Like niggas might remember Steph Curry like Babe Ruth down the line.
Right.
They might. You know,
I don't see how you
score that many threes.
I've always said when Kobe retired, and now obviously now that he's gone, rest in peace, I said Steph Curry has been my new favorite player in the game. I don't care about the LeBron. I'm not, no disrespect. I don't care about the LeBron and KD. You name them. My personal favorite player in the game.
Oh no, I can't give him that.
That's me. I'm talking about me. That's me. I got the jersey.
And you know what? That's interesting.
That's me.
And I think I got our question to wrap it up as well.
Okay.
But we'll move on. We'll move on just to keep it on the same topic. So, the Nets Pelicans, you talked about it earlier. Nets beat the Pelicans 134-129. What I did notice is that Zion is coming into that to ride with what Aaron talks about. He's coming into that Charles Barkley. You can see he's getting like angry aggressive And I don't mean
Yeah.
angry because he's still a sweet dude. You know what I mean?
Passion.
Like he's
Playing
like
with
a
passion.
he's
Yeah,
just a nice kid. You know what I mean?
At
But
some point, you gotta
can
realize how
see,
strong you are.
right? You can
At
see
some-
exactly. That's what I'm getting at. You can see that he's starting to be more aggressive. He's bullying motherfuckers. He's playing the way motherfuckers expected him to play from the jump. He finished the game 33.7 rebounds, 4 assists off of 14 for 19 shooting. Definitely impressed in Zion. Secondly, the Landry Shamet continues to impress. Of course, you read the stats: 18 points, 1 rebound, 8 assists, 12 or 7 for
Malcolm
12.
is not entertained. He is not
No,
entertained.
he's not. But to
He's
get
not
on
entertained.
to get on what we were talking about Steph Curry, my guy, my favorite player to watch, Kyrie Irving. I
Not Steph.
swear on everything I love, his game is the coldest fucking game. If his game was a female, it would be Rihanna. He has the coldest game I have ever seen.
That's subjective. But I hear what you're saying, though. That to you, that's what it is.
Like, and I'm not saying that Steph doesn't have an automatic shot. I'm just saying.
No, I'm not saying you said Rihanna, though. Like Rihanna.
No. Okay, of course, everybody.
That's all I'm saying. You know,
everybody has others that may be higher, but listen, Rihanna's on top of my list when it comes to all around the board.
You like forehead chicks.
Right, and positive cap, Cliff. You probably don't know, man. Doja Cat taking over. She might get really beat right now.
Doja
Cat. You better check some. You better go online and do a Twitter poll or a Facebook poll.
You better be happy that we're recording live because I'm.
You gonna say something ignorant, wasn't you? I was trying to get it out to you.
Listen. Regardless, name it. Never seen a prettier game. Never seen a prettier game in my life than Kyrie Irving.
Kyrie Irving, to me, and you might respect it or you're not, but Kyrie Irving is not as good as Allen Iverson.
I think he's better than AI.
You think he's better than Allen Iverson? Do you think so? Y'all think so?
Kyrie has better.
I don't know.
Kyrie has better handles than AI.
I don't know.
Kyrie can take over a game at will.
Allen Iverson can mash in your ass. He could take over a game. Come on, man.
That's a good one. But regardless, that's a close comparison. But regardless, AI's game was nowhere near as pretty as Kyrie's.
No, right.
My whole thing is when I think about like somebody, like if you're talking to like, let's for lack of a better term or word or comparison, if we're talking to like a foreigner who's never heard of basketball before, and you're trying to get them to fall in love with the game, and you want to give them someone to watch to do so, right. Kyrie is the first person that comes to mind because everything he does is so fucking smooth. It's just like, and it's not like he's not working or trying. It's just like he knows where he's at on the floor. He knows what he's about to do. And don't get me wrong, we've seen the Jordans and the Kobes, but when I look at someone of his size, stature, and ability, it looks better coming from him, especially going up against the people he's going against.
I'm trying not to be a Kyrie hater right now because I like Kyrie.
Feel it.
But I'm not hating. I'm just gonna hate on a particular part of him. His game seems a bit greedy. It seems a bit greedy. Now he passes the ball a lot. That's great.
Yeah.
All I'm trying to say. But when it comes to his ISO plays, it's like you're trying to embarrass somebody, and that's great. But how much time are you using while you do that? You only got 24 seconds on his clock.
Well, I guess it doesn't matter if he's winning.
Kyrie. All right. Well,
because my next thing to that would be look at Kobe.
He doesn't win without
Kobe and look at Jordan and look at their assists.
Well, they weren't assist people. They weren't point
Right?
guards.
Yeah, I mean,
They were shooting
I don't think Kyrie is either. Me and you had that conversation earlier too, Mount, off a podcast. And I said what I think happened was when Derrick Rose came into the league, he brought in the era of the scoring point guard. So what happened was teams were recruiting point guards that could score the ball that weren't actually point guards. They were actually shooting guards that could distribute the ball, i.e. Steph Curry, Kyrie Irving. We thought Russell Westbrook was going to be that, but he turned out to just be, I wouldn't even call him.
Hey, he averaged a triple-double. That's going to forever go on.
No, he's great. He's great. I love Russ, but I wouldn't put him in that category is what I'm saying. Right, but now we're at the era where those players are now OGs in the game where they can be like, that's not my position. I don't want to play point. You play point. I'll play this. You play point. Let me do my thing. So what I think was back in the day when we were watching basketball, we had a lot of shooting guards that were playing the point guard position, where now it's almost in reverse, where a shooting guard has to play point as well, i.e. C.J. McConnell, or C.J. Cullum, and you know what I mean? Like shit like that. Like you have to be both at this specific point in basketball.
It's called a combo guard. Ones and twos have to be both. And if you're a 5 or a 4, you got to shoot a 3.
Right.
Then you have the 3 spot. They run around. You got to shoot threes. You got to play defense. Your best threes is one that can do it all, and you make everybody else shoot threes. That's what the game is right now, pretty much. There are your big men that bang down low, but for real, unless you can shoot threes, your value's pretty low. You better be strong and tall.
In any position.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, I get what you're saying, because, like, I'm looking at the Suns right now. I'm thinking about last year, Devin Booker was a point guard for the most part. Right. Not last year. It might have been the year before last.
Before into last year. Yeah, you're right. You are right.
So then Chris Paul comes and say, look, I've been doing this point guard shit for like 16 years. Shoot the ball. And it's been working out ever since.
Chris Paul, he took the point. Continue, I'm sorry.
No, all I'm saying is that you took somebody, what you said was the case of shooting guards now. You said Kyrie Irving's supposed to be a shooting guard.
Right.
Russell Westbrook's supposed to be a shooting guard. Devin Booker's supposed to be a shooting guard, but he was playing point his whole career.
Right.
Once you took him off point, the Suns became great.
Right.
They went through that whole streak in the bubble. Then they came out and they second in the West.
Right.
All because they have somebody that's like, look, you shoot the ball.
Right. Listen.
I'm just going to dribble.
I agree 110%. Chris Paul, though, although his game is very effective, by far the oldest game in the league.
True. Same thing with Jason Kidd, though. Remember Jason Kidd?
Yeah, you're
won
right.
That chip with the Mavericks, but it worked for that 1 year.
Every time I watch Chris play, I think of like playing an uncle or something like that, like the old nigga at the barbecue.
We about the same age, this man. This man's the same age as us, man.
Like you wearing sandals. Like don't step out here, but he'll still hit a 3 and a step back in them sandals. Like that's Chris Paul.
I'm wearing Stacey too, nigga. I ain't got no grip on the shoes. Trust me,
that's fundamentals.
Chris Paul's gonna be able to exactly. You said it, Malk. That's fundamentals. Chris Paul's gonna be able to play that same game when he is 60 years old. The exact same game. The exact same game. He may be a little slower, but he'll be able to play the exact same game at 60. I promise you that.
So what I'm trying to say is that, look, so imagine that Kyrie Irving was somebody of the caliber who plays the point guard to that level. It would benefit him so much more because Kyrie Irving is an ISO player.
James Harden?
He's an ISO dude.
No, I'm not comparing James Harden's point guard ability to Chris Paul, but at the end of the day, he gets the same thing done.
We're just now finding this out because I doubted that shit until I saw it happen. He wasn't really a point guard nigga until he got to the Nets. And then he really turned up, was like, look, I can pass it to somebody better than me.
He showed you he was 2000, what was that, 19 to 20 season in Houston when him and Russell were battling for the Oscar Roberts. and then
That's
Russell pulled off with it.
that's a yeah, that's a fair assessment.
But
But it's the
this
same thing I'm saying though.
when Kyrie said it, but that's another alpha situation where it's like, nigga, I came in the league after you, but no, you'll be playing point guard on this team, sir.
Hey, maybe niggas stayed after practice and was like, look, I'm gonna shoot 100 3-pointers, and you gonna shoot 100 3-pointers. Whoever make the most 3-pointers is the shooting guard. If you miss them, you got to pass this shit.
You know
to
what? That could
Let's
be
just
the
do
case because Kyrie won the 3-point that year. What was that? 2018. I think it's
They both can
2018.
shoot. They both can dribble. They both have a great ISO game. They're both like two different versions of the same thing.
Right.
James Harden can dunk a lot better probably than Kyrie. But other than that, got the same game. You know, James Harden got that step back.
Right.
Kyrie got the killer crossover with he got that little lay and he be doing and shit.
The
little floater. You know?
Man, his game is amazing, man. That's Rihanna.
He get to the basket, man.
Man, that's
ain't nothing wrong with
get
that.
an
That's
umbrella, Ella.
And you singing all the old hits. You singing all the old hits. It ain't
Listen,
none of the latest
get it, cause that motherfucker busting. Is all I'm saying.
Man.
That nigga dropped 32 on the motherfuckers. Moving on, and then we'll get into the last couple. Finish with whatever y'all got, and we'll wrap it up. Knicks Hornets. Knicks knocked the Hornets off. 109-97. That's to be expected though, still, because they still out of a lot of their players. So I see the Hornets struggling until they can get their players back. But once again, as we discussed with all the good players or teams in the league, I feel like they should hold out the Gordon Haywards and all them until closer to the playoffs. Even if they're ready, sit them out, let them rest and recoup, come back a couple games before the playoffs to catch your rhythm and then go in strong. But
is there a fan perspective from this? Is there a fan perspective? Is there a fan perspective? As far as like, so you live in Charlotte, your team is finally good. You can't afford playoff tickets. You can afford regular season tickets, right?
Mm-hmm.
And all the main people aren't playing. Do you have any qualm with that, or is it just part of the game?
I mean, I thought we talked about that like damn near every week. I hate it.
All right.
Finish what you was going to say. You said you was...
Let's say it again.
I hate it. I said it over. I've said it time and time again. I feel like there should be a cap on games missed. And if you miss more than 15 games in a season, your pay for that season should be capped by the quarter.
That's a good idea. All right, yeah.
That way, if you like, I need a break, but I'm coming. It's just like occurrences at your job. You can't miss more than 3 days before you get fired?
I was going to say this. I was going to say, when you make your schedule for the season, when you put the schedule up, put the roster up for that game, the best you can. The best you can. Yeah. And if you can't, and if something changes within like a week or two of the game, you change it. And you change the price of the game.
But the players have to be held accountable too. Like, I just saw that stat where it was like John Stockton out of 18 years playing only missed 19 games type shit.
And that's John Stockton. He ain't talking no shit.
And let's be honest, he was a little white boy back in a day where the game was very physical. John Stockton was going in for layups too. He was getting fouled.
Ask Gary Payton about John Stockton. He ain't got none but love for that man. He's like, I used to try to get him off his knock. He wouldn't do nothing. He would just lay up, assist, lay up.
Right.
He wouldn't say nothing to me. I'll be saying wild shit about his mom. He's just doing this. Number 3. I don't give a fuck about this nigga.
Hey, John Stockton was cool, calm, and collect.
Man, we don't got enough of them.
Nah.
We don't got enough of them, man. But at the same time, you look
for the most part.
You said Luka. You think Luka's?
He's pretty cool, calm, and collect. He gets riled up if you take it there, but he doesn't.
Very excellent.
And he's still young.
He's still young for comparison because I wasn't thinking from the aspect of just being cool, calm, and collected. You know what I mean? Like, I was just thinking from comparing Luka to Stockton. I don't think Luka's there yet. As great as Luka is, Luka is still an undeveloped product. He's a statue that's still being chiseled.
Raw talent.
Right. He's just amazing as it is. Luka's amazing as it is, but he is not in his prime or close to his peak yet.
Right.
There's like 5 white boys from the 90s we can talk about. It's Chris Mullin. It's John Stockton.
Yep.
And I'm trying to think of the other 3.
Dude that played for the Supersonics, Shempf.
Detlef Schrempf.
What's his name?
Detlef Schrempf?
Yeah.
That's his name.
I fuck with him.
All right, boom.
I fuck
there
with
you go.
him.
We found 4.
Wait. Now, who'd you name? You named Mullen?
I named
Stockton?
Chris Mullin, John Stockton. Because Chris was in Run TMC and he was balling like a motherfucker. He from New York. You got John Stockton, the Quiet Assassin, the original Quiet Assassin. I'm about to give that to him right now. And I'm saying trying to name impactful player. Larry Bird fell off in the 80s.
But
so, that was like late 80s, very early 90s. Like who?
Larry Bird.
What are you talking about? No, I said you had to count him off of there.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Larry Bird wasn't even in the 90s. Larry Bird was washed up when he was on the Dream Team.
He played into the 90s though.
That's because he's Larry Bird. He's like, I'm gonna give you all this work because I'm gonna try to. But he was that dude in the 80s.
Right.
In the 90s, he was washed up. It's like magic. He was washed up in the 90s. So I'm trying to think about all the. I don't know how we got on this.
I know another that's right on the tip of my tongue, and I can't.
That's from the 90s. Jason Williams is from 90s, late 90s.
I'm not counting him. Yeah, he's 2000s. He's not. I'm not counting him. He's a
White Chocolate was nice.
That was my guy. He was one of my favorites when he came in the game.
Hey, Rick Barry was cold back when he was on the Warriors back in the day. One of the original OGs, Rick Barry.
Rick Barry, okay, yeah, Rick Barry.
But that's older too, though.
Yeah. I think Brett Barry won a dunk contest. We're struggling right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't get another 90s guy, but I know one. 90s, I bet I can name a couple next
Steve
week.
Kerr was all right.
I can name so many of them that got dunked on.
Steve Kerr wasn't like pivotal though.
No, he wasn't.
No, he wasn't. Not at all. No. Not at all. He's average. He was a Shamit.
I like that.
No.
He gonna bring it back. That's funny. Oh shit. Let's move on. Knicks Hornets. Oh, we already did Knicks Hornets. No, we didn't.
Yeah, we did. Oh wait,
we did the score. We didn't finish the
okay, right.
So RJ Barrett had an awful first half, but second quarter, I believe he hit 4 or 5 threes. He finished the game with 24 points, 1 rebound, and most of that came from the third quarter, a few in the fourth. But I wanted to shout them out. 7-game win streak, biggest win streak in the NBA currently. You gotta give it to the Knicks. They doing their thing right now. Man, that nigga's amazing, man.
I was thinking this is so bad.
He's amazing.
I was in bed last night before I fell asleep. I said, if my damn Lakers would have just kept Julius Randle.
Aaron Stupid.
If we just kept Julius Randle.
Aaron Stupid. As soon as he said that, I thought of the meme, the one where the woman's laying next to him like, he's cheating on me. And what is he thinking? And he's over there like, if the
I'm in bed trying to go to sleep.
Right. Man, I was thinking about that too. I was thinking about that. I was like, bro, we would have kept Julius Randle.
Oh yeah, he was amazing though. Y'all should have kept Julius, and y'all should have kept Ingram. Man, them was the two. That's LeBron for you, man. LeBron wants any and all threats out of the way.
But you know what else that is? LeBron's trying to be something he's not experienced at, man. You trying to judge his talent off of what you play with.
Right.
But you're you're not a judgment of talent yet, or at least a worthy one.
Right.
You're still an active basketball player. So you see most people as, opponents.
You know what? You're absolutely correct. And the best analogy I could give for motherfuckers listening is, you ever played a game and somebody on the sideline said, if you'd only cut that way, and you didn't see it because you were in game,
Right.
and they were looking at it from a different view. That's LeBron right now. You're in game. You don't see it from the view of the guy in the high tower, in the skybox. He's looking like...
These niggas done brought that shit up. Hey, Julius went 28-16. I'm just saying, you cut that nigga. That was you. You said sit him out there. Next time the Lakers have a meeting, they're like, look, these are the people you said send away. Brandon Ingram. Julius Randle was before then. Julius Randle was, I think Kobe sent him away. I don't think he was there before.
He played with Kobe.
He was.
Yeah, Julius.
Kobe didn't send Julius away.
LeBron did?
Yeah.
Okay, well then boom, there go another one. So you pat the people that you sent away are the people that we now have to pay out the ass to get.
Man.
I'm not saying they don't have good players, but you probably paid more for those players you would have for them.
I'll raise my hand to eat my crow in saying that they definitely should have kept Kuzma over Ingram. I was a fucking fool. I was a fucking fool for saying that. Now, with that being said, I also feel like if you put Kuzma on the Pelicans and kept Ingram, Kuzma would be doing the same thing.
I don't know, all them fashion trends and
I don't feel like Kuzma
That's
has
LA.
enough freedom.
That's LA doing that to that man.
Yeah, I feel like it's
Hollywood
a leash.
star behind you, man.
He's on
LA,
a leash right now. Ingram was on a leash. He couldn't take too many shots because LeBron was getting upset at the shots he was taking when he was taking them, and he didn't have a bad shooting percentage. And now he went to another team that's like, shoot them all and look at him. I think it would be the same with Kuzma. I feel like Kuzma would be like, oh, I can finally do me? Well, watch me do me. I'll grow this blonde out, get my hair cut. I'm in the New Orleans. Motherfucker might come out with dreads with his Indian black ass.
Cut your shit to a fade or something. Get your shit up out of there and go start anew. That's that. Because he wasn't. You can tell what cities do to people sometimes because, if you live in LA, you got money, you probably around some bitches that's telling somebody, you need to dye your hair blonde or some shit. And he did it. Brandon Ingram went to like a southern state in Louisiana and like it was a different place. It's definitely different than Los Angeles.
Man.
And he had a different type of come up because Coons came up talking about, I'm trying to be with LeBron James. He had this movie come out, Space Jam. Trying to be in that bitch, color my hair blonde or some shit. I think Kuzma has like a lot more distraction in Los Angeles, playing with LeBron James, and he's trying to be the greatest basketball player he can be. That's going to be a lot easier in New Orleans, even though you have a big market.
Listen, I would rather be in New Orleans anyway.
I mean, hey, I've been to LA. Traffic is terrible.
I would rather be in New Orleans anyway.
I don't know what kind of
personally.
I don't know what kind of traffic y'all seen in life. I don't know that.
I didn't like Atlanta traffic.
Yeah,
LA traffic is 20 times worse. It doesn't make sense.
Atlanta traffic stopped me from wanting to move there.
Right. Well, you got to find the ways around it. Make moves.
But that's what I'm saying. At least where we at, and you already know, you can take the cuts. I can get there in a few if I hit these cuts.
Los Angeles, Sunday at 2 p.m. Traffic. I'm talking about deadlock. You're not going nowhere. Is there an accident? No. Is there a basketball game? No. Is there a football game? No. There's nothing in town. I spent a week out in that bitch. I was like, man, this is ridiculous. Every goddamn day. It took me an hour and a half to get to the airport, and it's 15 miles away.
Well, I'm sure it's different if you're a player.
All right.
Well, I don't. Let me rewind. Let me rewind that statement because I know everybody's still everybody. You live where you live and you got to get there. But I'm saying I know a lot of organizations that will designate areas for their players. saying it would be ideal for you to move in this area because it would be easier for you to get here by these means. You feel what I'm saying? And it's usually the bigger players that are like, nah, I'll move out here because I can get there this way. Like LeBron and Kobe and them taking helicopters to
LeBron got drivers and shit, and helicopters.
Right, so it's different for them, but for ideal players, I don't like if you choose to rock with what they saying. I don't think it's that hard to get where you're going because you're already, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, hopefully a 19, 20-year-old kid will do that. Listen to somebody that says, "Hey, you should live here." Nah. I'm gonna live somewhere else where I feel like living. Because we grown men. We will make that logical decision. But at 2019, you just gave me $2 million, $3 million on a signing bonus. I'm finna go back to food somewhere.
Touche. Okay, last game and we'll wrap it up. Hawks Magic. Hawks beat the Magic 112-96. Only reason why I'm pointing the game out is because Cole Anthony showed out that game. I did not look up the stats. I was just watching, and I enjoyed what I saw from him. Secondly, Aaron, this question is directly to you. Who told Trae Young to wear those motherfucking glasses?
Migos.
I ain't seen no glasses, but hey, man.
Migos.
You ain't seen no glasses? No, ain't no Migos. That nigga wearing him and Horace Grant got the same eye doctor on me. You heard what I'm saying?
Oh, they got the joints on with the strap.
He don't got the strap. He got like the black rubber top joints with the. They look like shooting glasses, but for athletics. Like he's wearing those.
The dude from the Jazz had them on. You talking about
Yeah, Horace Grant did have the goggles. They wasn't the goggles.
No, but there was a dude from the Jazz who had what's that nigga's name? Fuck. There was a dude from the Jazz who used to have like a different type of glasses on.
Oh, that's another white boy that did his thing back in the day. AK-47.
Karolinko? But that's the 2000s. That's the 2000s.
But he got drafted late 90s, didn't he?
You didn't include Jason Williams.
Manu Ginobili. Manu Ginobili.
That's more 2000s too, I would say.
I'm sitting here trying to tell you, man. Sabonis' dad played in the 90s. I do remember that.
He did.
So that's 3.
That's 5. We got 5. Yeah.
Oh, we found out 5.
We got Mullins, Stockton, Shrimp.
You said Shrimp, but go ahead. That's your boy.
Well, I feel like he's definitely one. I feel like he was pivotal because he was bullying motherfuckers down there.
Yeah, but he's not.
He was like I've never seen like a white boy just bully motherfuckers down there like he did.
All right. I mean, hey, I'm saying that's your boy. He was
putting up stats.
He's not a Hall of Famer. And he's, man, all right. You might have to. You might have to.
Is it Hall of Famer only? Then it gets down to that's a rough era. That's a rough era for pivotal white folks. If I'm being honest. That's a rough era for pivotal whites, is all I'm saying. I would give Shrimp that, but apparently that's not right.
I mean, you know who Chris Smith is? You know who that is? Played with the Pacers? No. Actually. All right. Well,
no,
it's about the same. Played with Reggie Miller in them. They're about the same player.
I'll probably know if I see him. I don't know who that is.
He's tall.
We'll wrap it up. Of course, who's hitting your showers? And my last question of the day. Well, give me the answers to my question of the day, and then your hit the showers. Give me end of season 1, 2, and 3 Rookie of the Year candidates.
You told me nothing.
I mean, you've been on the show long enough. You know how it go. This is the panel. We wrapping it up. Everybody answers
Oh.
this.
All right.
Right. I'm gonna say we'll put Ball back up there, Edwards, and we'll say Halliburton. And then hit the showers. Is it? I always get confused. Is it? Who's the coach of the Pelicans? Is it Stan or Jeff?
It
Stan
is
Van Gundy or is it Jeff?
Stan.
No, it is Stan. Stan's a bigger one.
Stan,
Yeah.
I thought so.
Yeah.
Steph got hit, or Stan Van Gundy got hit them showers. He said they lost. Who was it? The Pelicans lost to the Knicks, which we know the Knicks are a good team. And he said high school players could have executed that play. Like he went off. He just straight dissed his team in a press conference, thinking that's going to do something for them. And they said they totally just ignored and blew off what he said. I think Zion was in there next, smiling and laughing, talking about something else. But you hit them showers, man. That's not. Listen, yeah, I'm not a fan of him. Because that's a talented team. They should have kept the black coach. What was his name? McMillan, Nate McMillan.
Wait, we talking
They shoulda
about
kept
the Pelicans or we talking
Pelicans. Who was their coach? Who was their coach that they fired? And then they brought in Van Gundy. It was a black guy. Wasn't it McMillan? It was somebody. It was a black dude.
It might have been McMillan, but McMillan is the coach of the Hawks right now. I know that.
No, okay, then it wasn't McMillan. They had a black coach that wasn't doing too bad, and they didn't give him a shot.
Oh,
Remember
shit.
that's when they had.
I know exactly what you're talking about too.
That's when they had Zion load managing.
Alvin something. Alvin Gentry. Alvin Gentry.
Yeah, that's exactly who it was.
That's it. Yeah.
That's exactly who it was.
Yeah.
But it was what game? What game was it?
They lost to the Knicks. The Pelicans lost to the Knicks the other night in overtime.
Okay. Well, hit the showers, Stan. You in that mustache. What about you, Aaron? Top 3 rookie, and then hit the showers.
Well, I'm gonna stick to the script. LaMelo, Anthony. I mean, y'all boys are talking about man quickly so high enough. I mean, I guess so. The third is just like a toss.
But yeah, I don't see him getting up there that high.
It's a toss up to me at third. Like whoever just ends the season right, you're gonna be there. My hit the showers is gonna be the whole like the Jazz organization for not taking advantage of being the number 1 team in the West as much as I think you possibly could. Like y'all should be doing something. Nobody cares that y'all number 1 in the West. Seriously, do y'all care? Y'all care? You don't give a fuck?
No.
I mean, does it factor in? Do y'all have the Jazz win the championship?
No.
All right. Well, I'm just saying,
I can see them giving a lot of problems depending on, but championship, no. I mean, they got an opportunity.
Well, what I'm saying is I should see a lot more commercials, perhaps, of your players. You should be trying to do stuff to get.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Build up your team because you're number 1 in the West.
You talking about following that green print?
Yeah, do something. Nobody gives a fuck.
Right.
Nobody cares. That's my. I saw that shit when I was looking at their record and how good they've been this year. They're a good team, but
that's Utah. That's Utah.
I just don't give.
And
they had their time in the 90s. I don't know who's fans of them though. In the 90s. So over the last 30, 40 years, every time y'all have a good team, niggas just be like, Jack.
Listen, well, that Donovan Mitchell is about to be Utah's Damian Lillard. But my rookie of the year thing, I'm going LaMelo. I think Tyrese is going to pass Anthony up, if I'm being honest. That's another one. He only got 51 games to Anthony's 58. I think he's going to step up in his last 15. I could get it. LaMelo, Tyrese. I'm going to give it to the Ohio State boy, Jay Sean. I think Anthony going to drop to 4. That's what I think. Nope, I lied. Nope, I'm right. That's what I meant. Jay Sean's 3. Yep, Anthony's dropping the 4. My hit the showers is gonna have to go to NBA.com for dropping LaMelo all the way down to 6. That was just beyond me. That's beyond me. That's beyond me, young fella. I don't know what that's about.
Does anybody have the name of the person who wrote that article?
No, I didn't look that far. Maybe I need to start scrolling down so I can put names on this shit, addresses on this shit.
Give them their credit. Hey, if you wrote the article, I'm not saying nothing wrong.
But
I'm
yeah,
giving you no credit. Hey.
That, like, even dropping him down below Sadiq Bey and Desmond Bain, like, that was just like, I feel like you taking shots at LeVar at this point. That he don't got nothing to do with this.
LaMelo fucked this girl or some shit.
Something happened. Man. Listen, because that's crazy. But
she got a poster of him up on a wall or something. Why you got him up on the wall?
Listen, he had his Melo's poster on the dartboard. It's what's happening.
Bullseye, motherfucker.
But does anybody have anything, that we missed or anything else they would like to say to take us out?
No, I'm good. I'm good on this one now.
I know he good. That motherfucker probably popped a couple of CBD gummies and ready to lay it down.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Yeah, today is definitely the day for me.
It's been a rough one for me as well, so I can't
man, shit, nigga, I just came back from the same place I was a couple weeks ago.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
What does that mean, that you didn't do your job correctly the first time?
No, this motherfucker just know a lot of Mexican niggas that live there, and they keep sending me out there to do shit.
No, okay, well that's business, baby. So
no, it's business. This is like, damn. Here?
Yeah, I get it. Well, all my shower heads, we love y'all. If you ain't good, be good at it. And Aaron, watch Riding Through Them Sundown Towns.
Oh, you already know what it is, nigga. I'm only riding during the day. This nigga Trae Young just got hurt too.